Hello everyone, my name is Asyrafchazz and welcome back to yet another One Piece card game video. So I hope that everyone has been enjoying your OP01 Romance Dawn like booster box openings. So please, if you want to share me your sick pulls, please share it with me at Asyrafchazz on Twitter. There's been a bunch of news coming out regarding the One Piece card game and I'm excited to finally talk about them, starting with some release cards from the next starter deck, which is ST05, based around the film characters from the One Piece movies, and I'm excited to talk about all of them today, as well as some other very interesting sick promos that are coming our way for the One Piece card game. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving a like and subscribing if you want to keep up to date with more One Piece card game content. So without further ado, let's take a look at all the new cards coming from ST05, which is the film edition for the starter deck. So first up, we have Shanks himself. He is the leader for ST05, and you know what? I understand perfectly why. It's because they're tying in the release of this starter deck with the upcoming One Piece film Red, and I'm really excited to watch that. So Shanks, he is 5000 power with the slasher attribute with 5 life, he's purple, and his traits are Film, 4 Emperors, Red Hat Pirates, and his ability is Activate Main once per turn, Dawn -3, which means sending 3 Dawn back to the Dawn deck. Your film type characters gains plus 2000 power during this turn. So Shanks is quite a strong leader, but you are kinda tied into that film trait, because he only gives plus 2000 power to film type characters. So what you can do is just go wide with film type characters, use Shanks' ability, Dawn -3, all of them gain plus 2000 power, start swinging to your opponent and win from there. But yeah, this Shanks ability is really quite strong, although it's quite limited in the type of archetype that you can play. But we do have a lot of cards, especially one that we'll talk about soon, that work together very well with Shanks' ability. So next is Uta. Yes, of course we get Uta in this deck because she is also a prominent character that's going to be featured in the upcoming movie One Piece film Red. She's 4 cost, 5000 power with a special attribute with counter 1000. So Uta is a blocker and her ability is on block, Dawn -1, rest up to one of your opponent's characters that cost 5 or less. So extremely strong blocker, you know, decent stat line at 4 cost, 5000 power. You block something, you Dawn -1, you rest a potential attacker on your opponent's side of the field. So this card will kind of force your opponent to either attack with the characters first, and like if you block with Uta and you use ability, you can rest one of your opponent's characters. Extremely strong defensive type card, and I'm excited to see what kind of list she makes her way into, because you don't really need to kind of shoehorn her into a film type deck. You can use her in any deck that has a purple type leader. So very cool. Next up is Carina, 2 cost, 3000 power with a wisdom attribute with counter 1000, part of the film and Gild Tesoro. Her effect is Activate Main once per turn, rest this character. You may send 1 film type card from your hand to the trash. If your opponent has more Dawn cards on their field than you, add 2 cards from your Dawn deck and set it as rested. So definitely a card that pairs very well with Shanks' ability. Shanks' ability is Dawn -3, so you use Shanks' ability first, you rest Carina, you discard 1 film type card from your hand to the trash, and then you can ramp yourself back up by 2 Dawn. Even though they are rested, at least it's back on your field. Definitely really strong, and it works really well in this type of deck where you are literally Dawn minusing stuff and you just get it back straight away. You can kinda use Carina in purple decks, but the fact that you have to send 1 film type card from your hand to the trash kinda shoehorns her into the whole film type strategy as well. So we have to see if, you know, there's anything viable in the future, and Carina can definitely pull her weight for these types of Dawn recovery strategies. Next, we have Gild Tesoro, 5 cost, 6000 power with a special attribute, no counters, part of the film and Gild Tesoro. And his ability is when attacking, Dawn -2, draw 2 cards. I love this card. This card is extremely great. I mean, I'm a huge fan of drawing cards every turn. And the great thing about this card is you don't really have to shoehorn yourself into a dedicated film type deck. You can use it with any purple deck because it's just Dawn -2, draw 2 cards. Simple effect when attacking. I love it. And the fact that you can use it with Carina, you attack with this guy, Dawn -2, draw 2 cards, then you rest Carina, discard a film type card from your hand to the trash, and you get those 2 Dawns back on your side of the field. So really strong card. I'm a huge fan of Gild Tesoro as a character as well as a card for purple decks to use in the future. Next up, we have Shiki. Shiki is a 6 cost 7000 power with the Slasher attribute, part of the film and Golden Lion Pirates with counter 1000. And his effect is, if you have 8 or more Dawn on your side of the field, this character cannot be KO'd in battle. I love this card, man. It's first of all 6 cost 7000 power, great stat line, and if you have 8 or more Dawn, which is extremely easy to get as a purple deck, this card cannot be KO'd. It's so annoying to deal with. How do you remove this card from the field? I mean, you can destroy it with event cards, I guess, but like, it's still an annoying threat to deal with because you cannot attack into it. It cannot be KO'd in battle. Like, even when you're attacking with your leader, you cannot KO this guy. I love Shiki. Strong card. Definitely, I would say playable if you just want to be an annoying, stay on the pot, sticky threat that you can just keep using to pressure into your opponent. Shiki's your guy. Next up, we have Z. Now, Z is 7 cost 8000 power with a Striker attribute, part of the film and Neo Navy, and his effect is, if this character battles with a Strike attribute character, this character gains plus 3000 power during this turn. And his other effect is, activate main once per turn, Dawn -1. This character gains plus 2000 power during this turn. What a huge beatstick in the form of Z. I mean, you can, okay, if you're kind of removing one of your opponent's like character threats that have the Striker attribute, he gets an automatic plus 3000 power boost, making him like an 11,000 powered attacker, which is strong enough on its own. But his activate main ability to just Dawn -1 and gain 2000 power, making him a 10k beater, and you can even use Shanks' ability alongside it too. So total a Dawn -4, this card is suddenly a 12,000 powered attacker, which is so incredible. I mean, I think Z is very strong. If you go wide with a lot of Z's on your side of the field and then you just use Shanks' ability, screw your Dawns, put it all back to the deck, make all of them big and beefy, attack into your opponent, and they really have to kind of find a way. I mean, they can still block it, but it's a huge power boost. And yeah, very strong attacker. Next up, we have Douglas Bullet, 8 cost 10,000 power with a special attribute, part of the film and Pirate Fest, and his ability is activate main once per turn, Dawn -4, rest up to 2 of your opponents cost 6 or lower characters, then this character gains double attack during this turn. This guy is a threat. Like, honestly, if you are the deck that plays like a lot of blockers on your side of the field just to kind of mitigate attacks, this guy just Dawn -4, rest 2 of them, and gains double attack. Very oppressive, very strong card, but it has to connect to kind of get there, and the Dawn -4 is a huge cost, but I still think it's a really good ability, and his stat line is like 8 cost 10,000 power already, so it's already damn strong. He will only get stronger after his effect, and you can pair it with Shanks' ability as well to make him even stronger. I love this card, and I think I'm excited to pick up the deck just to kind of see what Douglas Bullet looks like, because I'm pretty sure he's gonna get that really nice foiling effect, so excited about that. Next up, we have Buena Fiesta, 1 cost 0 power with a Wisdom attribute with counter 2000, so extremely strong. On play, look at the top 5 cards from the top of your deck, reveal 1 film type card other than Buena Fiesta and add it to your hand. Then return the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. So this is the dedicated searcher for the film deck. I mean, it's great that they are including these types of cards in the starter decks because, they are extremely strong and definitely useful to have in the future. And the fact that this guy has counter 2000 alongside this kind of effect makes him an absolutely great card to have like 4 of if you're tending to play like a film type deck. Definitely strong card. I love it. Great card. And lastly, from all the film type cards that have been revealed, is this Union Armado. It's a 2 cost event card that has the film and Pirate Fest trait. Its ability is counter up to 1 of your film type leader or characters gain plus 4000 power during this turn. And if that card is a character, the character cannot be KO'd during this turn. Its triggered ability is add 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and set it as active. So the counter ability is very strong. I mean, it's your standard 2-cost event card, counter plus 4k. But the fact that you can use it to save one of your important characters in battle if your opponent is desperately trying to get rid of a threat that you have on your field, just use this card and he cannot be KO'd in any battle in any form. And it's really good. I love this card and I think it's strong, but it does shoehorn you in a little bit into that film type deck, which is very limiting, you know. But I do understand they are trying to make this film archetype cohesive and, you know, with the cards that work together with the starter deck, and I think it's good. And the trigger ability to like get a free Dawn, ramp you by 1 and put it as active, I think it's strong too. So those are the film starter deck cards, and I'm pretty sure there might be more coming out soon. I don't know the full list yet, but once the full list is out, I'll definitely make a video about them. But it seems like all the different film characters are kind of smashed into one deck, and I'm excited to see the full list. But would you play this deck? I want to know. Let me know in the comments below. Are you going to shoehorn yourself into a film archetype deck because Shanks is the leader? I don't know. It looks kind of cool though, I'm not going to lie. But okay, now let's move on to some like pieces of information. Let's talk about some promos that are coming our way, starting with the SAIKYO Jump promos, and here they are. So these 4 cards are the promos coming in SAIKYO Jump. I believe it's coming out in September, but do correct me in the comment section below if I'm wrong. They are Luffy, Yamato, Law, and Kaido, and by God, that Kaido looks absolutely incredible. It is a card that I desperately want because I love how the dragon form of Kaido looks like. So good. So first we got Luffy, 4-cost 5000 power, the striker attribute with counter 1000, part of the Supernovas and Straw Hat crew, and his ability is Dawn 1. This character cannot be KO'd when battling strike attribute leader or characters. This card is actually quite playable in my opinion. I mean, 4-cost 5000 power, decent stat line I would say, and if you attach 1 Dawn to him, your opponent is going to have a hard time in getting rid of this card. Not to mention that really sick dragon background that he has in this card. I really love how it looks like, super sick. We also have Yamato, 3-cost 5000 power, the striker attribute, part of the Wano country, and Yamato's ability is activate main. You may rest this character, rest one of your opponent's character with a cost of 2 or less. So not that strong of an effect. Yeah, you can rest it to kind of rest your opponent's blocker, and then you attack with like, I don't know, if you can find a way to make Yamato active again and then attack into your opponent, then I think it's decent. But as of now, the effect is kind of okay. But the card artwork, top tier, chef's kiss, so good. Next is Trafalgar Law in the Wano outfit, 6-cost 7000 power, the slasher attribute, part of the Supernovas and Heart Pirates, and his ability is on play. If your opponent has 6 or more cards in your hand, add one of your opponent's life cards to their hand. Now this card just punishes people from keeping a lot of counters in their hand, you know, a lot of like control players that have a lot of like counter event cards. This card is great. You just plop it down. Your opponent has 6 or more cards in their hand. Just send one of their lives back to their hand. Such a strong effect, such a cool effect, and not to mention such a great artwork as well. And last but not least is my favorite artwork of all time. This is Kaido, 8-cost 9000 power, the special attribute, part of the 4 Emperors and Animal Kingdom Pirates. And at the end of your turn, add 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and set it as active. So it's a sort of like a once per turn passive effect that Kaido just ramps you at the end of your turn, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, like there is definitely some use for it, especially if you're using like Dawn minus strategies and then you just want to gain some of those Dawn back. I think Kaido is fantastic in that. But the artwork on this guy, man, is insane. Look at that dragon form. I love it. I need like 1 at least. Hopefully I can get my hands on a SAIKYO Jump. I don't need a playset. I just want 1 of each card because I think they look really cool. And I'm so excited to get my hands on these cards for sure. Alright, last but not least is this very cool product right here. So what it is, it's an event product, so you can only buy this special like folder full of all these lovely promo cards of the Straw Hat crew in their Wano outfits at the One Piece 25th anniversary event, Meet the One Piece, and you can only buy it from there. First of all, these card artworks are everything I want as for the Straw Hat crew. I love every single one of these artworks. They are just reprints from the cards that we have so far, so don't have to worry about them being like strong promos or anything. They are strictly reprints, but they look absolutely incredible, and as a collector, this is one thing that you have to try to get your hands on. I want to, but the prices right now on the secondary market is insane. I think it's going for like $200 to $300 on Mercari Japan, which is like a sort of like a secondhand marketplace, which is just like an insane amount to pay for these cards right here. I'm like, would you pay $200? I mean, honestly, I would, because I love the Straw Hat crew, and having like all of them and you know, having these promos in my life is something that I'm willing to do. But as of now, I don't know if prices are going to change, but these cards are super cool, great artwork, and it's something that a collector should definitely try and aim to get in the future. Alright, and there you go. Every single news that I've missed over the past weekend or so, I've been so busy opening up all these boxes. These are empty boxes, by the way. I'm just using them as a prop display. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I hope you guys enjoyed that mini update. I'm excited to see the starter deck film, the full deck list for that, as well as the SAIKYO Jump promos. Hopefully I can find a way to pre-order them. And for that special like versions of the Straw Hat crew, I mean, if I can get them, I will. If not, I just have to kind of resign to the fact that, you know, I might not have these cards, but it's okay. You know what, there's a lot of other cool cards for the One Piece card game that we can all enjoy together. That's it from me for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the update. I'm trying my best to lump all the information together. If you enjoyed the video anyway, please consider giving a like and subscribing if you want to keep up to date with more One Piece card game content. But till the next time, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.